5 True Crazy and Strange Horror Stories. Our first story is a classic case of be careful what you wish for. A young man was feeling lonely after a breakup, so he decided to try his luck on a dating app. He matched with a gorgeous girl who seemed perfect in every way. They started texting and really hit it off. But when they finally met up in person, things took a dark turn. The girl started acting super possessive and jealous, accusing the guy of cheating on her and flirting with other girls. She even showed up at his work and caused a scene. The guy tried to break things off, but the girl wouldn't take no for an answer. She started stalking him, leaving creepy notes on his car and showing up at his house in the middle of the night. Finally, the guy had enough and called the cops. They arrested the girl, but not before she tried to attack the guy with a knife. Turns out, she had a history of obsessive behavior and had been in and out of mental hospitals. Just goes to show, you never really know who you're talking to online. Story number 2 is a cautionary tale about the dangers of exploring abandoned places. A group of friends decided to check out an old, supposedly haunted hospital on the outskirts of town. They'd heard rumors about strange noises and shadowy figures lurking in the halls, but they didn't believe in ghosts. Boy, were they wrong! As soon as they stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind them and locked them in. They tried to find another way out, but every door they tried was jammed tight. And then they started hearing the screams. Blood-curdling, agonized screams echoed through the halls, getting closer and closer. The friends ran, trying desperately to escape. But no matter where they went, the screams followed them. Finally, they managed to break through a window and escape into the night. They never went back to that hospital again, and they never found out who or what was making those horrifying screams. Some things are better left unknown. Our third story is a twisted tale of revenge from beyond the grave. A woman's husband died in a tragic car accident, leaving her devastated. But as she was going through his things, she discovered a secret that made her blood run cold. Her husband had been cheating on her with her best friend for years. The woman was furious and heartbroken. She confronted her friend, who showed no remorse and even laughed in her face. The woman vowed to get revenge, even if it was the last thing she did. And it was. A few weeks later, the woman was found dead in her home, an apparent suicide. But that wasn't the end of the story. Strange things started happening to the best friend. She'd wake up with mysterious bruises and scratches on her body. She'd hear whispers in the night, calling her name. One night, she woke up to find the woman standing at the foot of her bed, her face twisted in rage. The best friend screamed and tried to run, but the woman grabbed her and dragged her down into the darkness. The best friend was never seen again. Some say she got what she deserved, but others whisper that the woman's vengeful spirit still haunts the town to this day. Story number 4 is a chilling account of a close encounter with a UFO. A man was driving home late one night on a deserted stretch of highway when he saw a bright light in the sky. At first, he thought it was a plane or a helicopter. But as he got closer, he realized it was something else entirely. The light was hovering just above the tree line, pulsing and glowing in eerie blue. The man pulled over to get a better look, and that's when he saw them. Gray figures, short and spindly, emerging from the light and gliding towards his car. The man panicked and hit the gas, speeding away as fast as he could. But the figures kept pace with him, their large black eyes staring into his soul. The man drove for hours, not daring to stop until the sun came up. When he finally got home, he discovered strange marks on his body and gaps in his memory that he couldn't explain. He never drove that stretch of highway again, and he never told anyone what he saw that night. But he knows the truth, and he'll never forget the terror he felt in the presence of those unearthly beings. And finally, our last story is a spine-chilling tale of a cursed object. A woman was browsing an antique store when she stumbled upon a beautiful old mirror. She fell in love with it instantly and bought it on the spot, despite the shopkeeper's warning that it had a dark history. The woman took the mirror home and hung it in her bedroom. But from the moment she did, strange things started happening. She'd catch glimpses of shadowy figures in the reflection, even when she was alone. She'd hear whispers and laughter coming from the mirror, even when the room was silent. One night, she woke up to find herself standing in front of the mirror, staring into her own reflection. But it wasn't her reflection at all. It was the face of a woman she'd never seen before, her eyes black and soulless, her mouth twisted in a wicked grin. The woman tried to scream, but no sound came out. She tried to run, but her feet were rooted to the floor. The reflection reached out a hand and grabbed her, pulling her into the mirror. The woman vanished without a trace, and the mirror cracked and shattered into 1,000 pieces. They say the woman's soul is still trapped in the mirror, waiting for someone else to take her place. So if you ever see a beautiful old mirror in an antique store, think twice before you bring it home. You never know what dark secrets it might be hiding. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Scaretastic. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hair-raising stories. And if you have a true horror story of your own, we want to hear it. Leave it in the comments below, and you might just see it featured in a future episode.